So I'm about to go into Toastmasters now, and I thought I'd show you how I prepare for a Toastmaster meeting. Now today I'm going to be two roles. I'm going to be first evaluating somebody's speech. So that typically means when they speak for about 5 or 6 minutes, I then have around 20 minutes or so with the break included to write some evaluation notes for them. Now typically for that I'd just use a pen and pencil, and I'd have an outline. So here's my book, and what I'd try to do is write 2 positives and 1 encouragement. Now, so I try to keep the balance between the positives and also how you can improve it, because ultimately that's what we want to do. So we'd have 2 points, 1 focusing on the tone, the language that we use itself. So this could be the words or verbal. Do we change the volume throughout? Are we using inner dialogue? And the second one is body language. Are we working the room? Do we reinforce what we say with our body? And I found that by just having these 2 notes, I'm focusing in more on what they are doing and how they are presenting themselves to the room than specifically what they say. And then for the suggestion or improvement, I like to think, if I was to watch this again, or if I were to do this is all subjective, how could it be improved further? Was the message not as impactful as potentially they would have hoped? So therefore provide an example, and all this in a range of 2 minutes. And the second role today that I have is table topic master. So I have some sheets prepared here, and today's all about gratitude. So I'll be prompting and asking questions so that they can respond and we can respond on the spot. Table topics is simply impromptu speaking. And if we think about how many day-to-day conversations we have, either small talk, we have to make toast, we have to stand up during meetings, we get asked questions that we're not prepared for, then I found that this is a great way, especially using frameworks, to improve. So I'll be providing some little sheets here and see how well they get on. So, and let me pop in and let's see how it goes. Good morning. Unfortunately, I was unable to finish off the recording yesterday. I got back too late after Toastmasters, so I thought I'd continue it here. And to be honest, it went well, the meeting. My first role was a table topic master. So this is when you set the topic for impromptu speaking. So this is 1 or 2 minutes. You invite someone to come up and see what they can do. And I thought it was well. I introduced the topic in front of 12 to 15 people, and I explained what I had to do. I also used these little photos that you saw, and on the back of that I had written prompts. In an ideal world, I think it'd have been better to have prepared a bit more. Again, I only prepared it on the day so that it comes out and I'm a bit more present when I'm speaking. But it went well, and sort of got some good feedback from it. There was one thing that I find difficult is when there's interruptions during the meeting, because I'm so focused on speaking, because we're so focused on presenting and want to do a good job. The slightest of interruptions can put you off. For example, halfway through, several people arrived and it just kind of stopped the flow. They had to get their paper and I was a bit confused from where to start off again. And I think on reflection, I should have just carried on, and I potentially made it more of an issue than it should have been because I stopped and waited. But that's something we learn along the way. The second one I had was an evaluation, and I thought that went really well. Evaluating somebody's speech, I really enjoy doing this, and I thought it went really well. I had 2 focus points on body language. That was something in particular that the speaker wanted to focus on. And I didn't go off topic. I had 2 commendations and then a recommendation for him as well before summarizing the whole thing. I'm going to do a whole video on how to evaluate somebody. But in general, I got really good feedback and I tried to incorporate it for the next session.